Where should we be going when we look at this question of humans' relationship to the earth? What should we be doing to care for the earth in a more responsible way?
We're all reliant on our environment. We're all reliant on our common home, and we have to take care of our common home and look after her so that she in turn can look after us.
It's important for us to understand that every choice we make has an impact on the earth that we live in. This beautiful place that we get to call home, we have a responsibility to.
The spirituality that we find in Laudato Si is a wonderful invitation by the Pope to all of us to read Scripture anew, to see in Scripture not just what we read in the text, but what we read in the world around us, what we read through science, what we understand through the history of the evolution of the whole of creation.
We as individuals and communities can do quite a lot to protect our environment and ensure that we conserve our precious resources. Waste minimization is a very important thing. We can recycle, we can reuse, we can separate our waste into paper, plastic, glass, metals, and we can take these to depots where they can get recycled so that we're not using new resources from the earth to run our lives.
In 2013, we started working with Pick It Up. That's where we started recycling almost everything. We have walk-in customers who come in every day. We call them reclaimers. They are waste pickers, so they bring the stuff and then we weigh for them and then we pay them.
We organize seminars. We distribute pamphlets whereby we try to make sure that everyone is aware of taking care of environment.
What is happening is that you got people that collect material from the street. They come into this place. So all of these people that you see around here, they are self-employed.
Be that consumer that is conscious. Make sure that at your home, at your place of work, you start to recycle. Try to separate your waste. Climate change is really a complex and wicked issue. It's something that has affected us as a global community. We have seen throughout the world how climate change has impacted us through drought, through massive storms, natural disasters.
Climate change is something that we've been hearing a lot about recently, and over millions of years, climate has been changing by itself anyway. But over the last 100 years, we as humans have started to impact on the climate by our activities. And the way that we've been doing that is that primarily we've been burning fossil fuels like coal, fuels and gas, etc. And through that process, we're putting carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. And those excess amounts of carbon dioxide are forcing the climate to change. It's speeding up those changes, and we call it anthropogenic climate change. And so what's happening is that the sun's warming rays are being trapped near the earth, and we're tending to get an overall warming of the earth's atmosphere.
When we wake up in the morning and we're yearning for that one cup of tea or cup of coffee, that comes from a farmer. That farmer somewhere in South Africa is impacted by drought, is connected to climate change, and we need to become more conscious of the choices that we make.
We can work towards minimizing our impact on climate change by reducing our energy consumption. And we can do that using a jersey instead of putting on a heater. We can minimize using our own vehicles for transport. We can carpool, we can use public transport, or we can walk and use a bicycle if it's feasible.
Let us make sure that as a nation, we are supporting reducing our energy consumption.
When Pope Francis released Laudato Si, I was really excited because Pope Francis was talking about issues that we've been working with for years now. And he put it in such a way that makes it possible for each one of us to contribute towards saving our environment and caring for our common home.
If we are saying today Happy Earth Day, how do we treat our earth?
We are connected to the earth in every choice that we make every single day. We all have a role to play in saving the environment and saving this one place we get to call home.
Happy Earth Day, Earth. May you have a few billion more.